Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Eagles Nest News, your one-stop shop for everything Philadelphia Eagles, straight from the heart of the city of brotherly love. It's a crisp fall afternoon here in Philly. The leaves are turning green to gold just like our birds are turning heads across the NFL, and we've got a trade rumor that's flying under the radar but could light the fuse on this defense like fireworks over the Schuylkill. Picture this, the trade deadline is ticking down, just days away on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And while everyone's talking about blockbuster names like Trey Hendrickson from Cincinnati or those Miami Dolphins edge rushers Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips, there's a quieter conversation brewing in the NovaCare Complex war room. A conversation that could bring Las Vegas Raiders defensive end Tyree Wilson to Philadelphia in a savvy, low-risk, high-reward move that screams classic Howie Roseman. Yes, you heard that right, folks. Tyree Wilson, the 6'6", 275-pound Texas Tech freak who went 7th overall in the 2023 draft, 2 spots ahead of our very own Jalen Carter, could be donning midnight green before the week is out. Let's set the stage properly, because this isn't just any trade rumor. This is the kind of chess move that could define the Eagles' push for another Super Bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles are 6-2 right now, sitting atop the NFC East like the kings they are, with Jalen Hurts orchestrating an offense that's clicking on all cylinders. Saquon Barkley is running like a man possessed, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith are torching secondaries, and the offensive line, even with some injuries, is still paving highways. But defense, that's where the real intrigue lies. Vic Fangio, the defensive mastermind brought in to replace the chaos of last year, has this unit playing with fire, but the pass rush? It's good, not great. The Eagles rank around 18th in the league in sacks and pass rush win rate, and while Josh Sweat and Nolan Smith are flashing, and Brandon Graham is coming out of retirement to provide that veteran leadership and rotational juice, there's a hunger for more. More disruption. More chaos in the backfield. More quarterbacks running for their lives. Enter Howie Roseman, the general manager who's built a Hall of Fame resume on draft day wizardry and deadline day steals. Remember 2023? The Eagles traded up to grab Jalen Carter at 9th overall, then scooped Nolan Smith at 30, and for good measure, added Moro Ojomo in the 7th round. All three are starters now on a defense that's one of the youngest and most talented in the league. Carter is already a Pro Bowl caliber disruptor, Smith is bending the edge with that Georgia speed, and Ojomo is holding down the interior. But the edge opposite them needs another predator, and that's where Tyree Wilson fits like a glove. Wilson was the guy everyone thought Howie might take if Carter was off the board. A quintessential Eagles target, long arms, explosive first step, versatile enough to play defensive end in a 4-3 or stand up as an outside linebacker in sub-packages. He's built like Haason Reddick was when the Eagles acquired him, a player who went on to rack up 27 sacks in 2 seasons before heading to Arizona. At 25 years old, Wilson is still on his rookie contract, fully guaranteed through 2026, and the Raiders, under new head coach Pete Carroll and a regime in full rebuild mode after a 2-5 start, aren't likely to pick up his 5th-year option, which over the cap projects at around $13.6 million. That's a player screaming to be had for a mid-round pick, and the Eagles have already done business with Vegas this offseason, swapping defensive lineman Thomas Booker for cornerback Jacorian Bennett in the summer. The pipeline is open, folks. Now, let's talk numbers, because this is where it gets exciting. In just 7 games this season, Wilson has 12 quarterback pressures, 2 sacks, 8 run stuffs, and 10 solo tackles according to Pro Football Focus. That's production from a complementary role in a defense that's still finding its identity. Imagine him in Fangio's scheme, rotating with Sweat, Smith, and Graham, kicking inside on passing downs alongside Carter and Jordan Davis. The possibilities are endless. The Eagles' defensive line would go from promising to downright terrifying. Think about the historic fronts this franchise has boasted. Reggie White and Clyde Simmons in the 90s, terrorizing quarterbacks with 198 combined sacks in Eagles green. Trent Cole and Jukwa Parker in the Andy Reid era, the 2017 group with Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, and Vinnie Curry that helped hoist the Lombardi Trophy after the Philly Special and that miraculous Super Bowl 52 victory over Tom Brady and the Patriots. Speaking of history, let's take a stroll down memory lane, because the Eagles story is one of resilience, passion, and downright dominance in the NFC East. Founded in 1933, the Birds have 3 NFL championships pre-Super Bowl era and that glorious 2017 title, the first in the modern era. Lincoln Financial Field, the Link, has been a fortress since 2003, with a passionate fan base, the tailgates on Patterson Avenue, the sea of green jerseys, and the ageless Eagles chants that shake the foundation. Rivalries? Oh, we've got M in spades. The Dallas Cowboys, those star-wearing pretenders, the New York Giants, who we've buried in the playoffs more times than we can count. The Washington Commanders, formerly known by another name, always a thorn but never the rose. And don't forget the classic battles with the Steelers or the recent playoff heartbreaks turned triumphs. Back to the present, and Wilson would slide right into this legacy. He's healthy, unlike some of the bigger names floating around. Chubb is coming off an ACL tear, Phillips has injury history, Hendrickson would cost a first-round pick and big money for potentially 1 year. Wilson, a fourth-rounder in 2026, maybe a seventh coming back, and you've got a cornerstone for the next 3 seasons at least. Roseman loves these moves, building through the draft, supplementing with cost-controlled talent. It's how he turned the roster over after the Carson Wentz era, drafted Devonta Smith and Landon Dickerson, signed Reddick, and built the 2022 Super Bowl team that fell just short against Kansas City. Let's hear some voices from around the league, because this rumor is gaining steam even if it's not headline news yet. Imagine Vic Fangio in a press conference. We've got a good group up front, but you can never have too many pass rushers. A player like Tyree, with his length and athleticism, would give us flexibility in our fronts. We'd love to have him disrupting in the NFC East. Or Jalen Carter, the draft classmate. Man, Tyree and I came out together. We've got that respect. If he comes here, it's on. Quarterbacks ain't got no time. Even a Raiders insider might say, the new regime is evaluating everything. Wilson's talented, but if the offer's right, they're listening. Statistically, the fit is undeniable. The Eagles are allowing 23 points per game, 22nd in the league, but their run defense is top 10, thanks to Carter, Davis, and Milton Williams. The pass rush, though, needs that extra gear. Wilson's 1.7 pressures per game would boost that metric immediately. Compare it to past seasons. In 2017, the Super Bowl year, the Eagles had 38 sacks in the regular season, good for 14th, but their pressure rate was elite in the playoffs. In 2022, 70 sacks, best in the league. This year, they're on pace for around 40, solid but not dominant. Add Wilson, and you're pushing 50, maybe more with health. Tactically, Fangio runs a wide 9 alignment on the edges, asking his rushers to win with speed and power. Wilson has both. His college tape at Texas Tech showed him dominating Big 12 tackles with a bull rush that collapses pockets and a spin move that's pure artistry. In the pros, he's refined his hand usage, and against the run, those 8 stuffs show he's not a liability. Pair him with Nolan Smith, another first-rounder with speed to burn, and you've got a youth movement that rivals the best in the league. Josh Sweat, in a contract year, gets motivated. Brandon Graham, the 35-year-old sage, mentors the kids. It's a recipe for sustained success. Now, let's zoom out to the bigger picture. The NFC is loaded, the Lions are roaring, the Packers are young and hungry, the 49ers are always a threat when healthy, and don't sleep on the Buccaneers or Falcons in the South. But the Eagles, with this move, lock in the division. The Cowboys are reeling without Dak Prescott fully healthy, the Giants are rebuilding, the Commanders are feisty but young. A 13-4, 14-3 finish isn't out of the question. First round bye? Likely. Home field advantage through the playoffs? Possible. And in January, at the Link, with snow flurries and Fly Eagles Fly blaring, this defense could carry the team like it did in 2017. Trivia time to keep you engaged. Did you know the Eagles fight song, Fly Eagles Fly, was written in 1955 by a couple of fans and adopted officially in the 90s? Or that Jason Kelce, the retired center and podcast king, once said the Link is the toughest place to play in the NFL? Current stars like Jalen Hurts, from his Alabama to Oklahoma journey, to A.J. Brown, the trade steal from Tennessee, to Devonta Smith, the Heisman winner, embody the grit of Philly. And pop culture. Taylor Swift at games with Travis Kelce's brother Jason, the Kelce Brothers podcast blowing up, even movies like Invincible, about Vince Papale capturing the underdog spirit. Expert opinions are aligning. Former Eagle and sack master Trent Cole, Howie's always one step ahead. Wilson for a fourth? That's stealing. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport might tweet. Sources say Eagles and Raiders have had preliminary talks. And fans on social media. Exploding. Get Tyree. Pair him with Carter. Sack City. Predictions. If the trade happens, Eagles go 12-5 at worst, win the division by 3 games, and make noise in the playoffs. Defense finishes top 5 in sacks. No trade. Still a playoff team, but vulnerable to teams like Detroit with elite quarterbacks. Long-term, Wilson extends the window, saves cap space for extensions to Hurts, Brown, and the young core. As the deadline approaches, the excitement is palpable. Tailgates are planning, jerseys are being printed in our minds, and the city is ready to erupt. This is Philadelphia Eagles football, where legends are made, rivalries are fueled, and Super Bowls are chased. Stay tuned to Eagles Nest News for live updates, reactions, and analysis as Tuesday unfolds. Will Howie pull the trigger? History says yes. Will it ignite the pass rush? Absolutely. Eagles Nation, keep the faith, sing the song, and let's fly together. EAGLES, Eagles.